And welcome to the Bloated Chef. Chef Jerome here, an actual living, breathing chef, and I'm bloated. Before we get started with today's entertaining and fabulous tutorial, please look me up on YouTube. Smash that like button, crush that subscribe button, very important. Share with the world, leave a comment, leave a hashtag. Please keep your hands inside the ride at all times, and we thank you. Oh, back once again on the big butcher block, and we are going east, and I mean far east. We've got steak and chicken. Now look, chicken fingers seem to get all the glory, but what about steak fingers? Since we're staying in the far east, we are going to do Asian style fried steak and chicken fingers. We've got all kinds of good seasonings. 2 ways, funky far east fingers, folks. Let's get rolling. First things first, butchering. Let's find our center on this big ass single chicken breast. Cut it right down the middle, nice and smooth. Boom, 2 perfect spots on plastic. Lay another layer of plastic and let the beat down begin. Very gently, but consistently. Just flatten them out a bit. We still want girthy fingers. Are you with me? Who doesn't like girthy fingers? And now we treat the beef very much the same way. Find your center. A little bit of pressure on the back of the blade will always keep it straight. A little bit of oxidation there, but see that nice red center? All good, no worries. More plastic wrap and more beat down. We'll give this a little more aggressive because it's a little bit more sinewy, but now we've got 4 nice pieces. Let's commence to the slicing portion. Let's square off these 2 pieces. There's one. We'll snip the end off of one. We can use that, fry it up for a Scooby snack. And now we'll start the slicing. Anywhere from 2 to 3 inches and about a 1/2 inch wide slice. Okay, they've been pounded out so they're nice and tender. We don't have to worry about it. We treated the chicken the exact same way. Now we'll move on to getting these marinated. All of these goodies, all of these yummy ingredients are going to set up and begin the marinade for these fingers. And as with most Asian-inspired marinades, soy sauce, fish sauce, fresh fried garlic, and lemons. Do I have to show you how to squeeze lemons?
No, you do not.
Well, I'm going to anyways, because it's an important component. All right. A little bit of sriracha. There goes some coriander. There goes some 5-spice. There goes some lemongrass powder. This thing is going to be popping with flavor. Give it a whip. Give it a stir. In goes half of our fresh basil. There goes a 1/2 cup of orange juice, fresh squeezed, and we're good. Now then, the final component, that homemade chili crisp. If you don't know, take a look at my old recipe, one of my old tutorials, and then you will know. And now we marinate. About 1 cup on each. Get them fully coated. Get them dredged in all that marinade, and then we're moving on. From here, it is all about egg whites. We're going to use 2 egg whites per batch, 1 for the chicken, 1 for the beef. Save the yolks, always save the yolks. 2 egg whites apiece. This process is called, or often referred to as silking. We're going to mix these in, and this will help the breadcrumb mixture cling. And speaking of said crumbs, let's go ahead and season them up. We're going to use a little dry mustard powder for some heat, some coriander, some lemongrass powder, and we will mix that all together. They're pre-flavored as it is. You know what I use. I use all my pulverized snack bits, Cheez-Its, Triscuits, all the good stuff. All right, in goes our egg whites, 1 per. Mix them around. Make sure everything is coated appropriately. And now we move on to the breading process. Now we're going with our final binder. That is rice flour right there. I can use tapioca starch, potato starch, you can use cornstarch, or even AP flour. But with all those components, now we can bread, because the breading is going to cling like plastic wrap. Are you with me? Very simple. Toss them around. Don't do too many at a time. You want full coating. You can toss them. You can use your fingers. You can do whatever you want. You can put a lid on them. You can shake them. I prefer to do it this way, individually. Give them all that TLC. You dig? And with the steak fingers, we simply rinse and repeat. I'm going to put the lid on these. Only about 4 at a time since they're a little fatter than the regular chicken fingers. We're going to use the shake the shit out of them method. I believe it was a Paul Bocuse, the greatest chef in the world. I believe it's from Lyon, France. Yeah, not so much. Anyways, take your time. Make sure they each get that tender love and care. You dig. And finally, we get to drop them in the mud. Freshly strained. We never throw grease out around here. 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. The chicken tenders you can throw in there pretty easily. Only at 325 degrees. That's the heat on this oil. Because it's going to be a dark finish, but we want it to be dark and taste burnt. There it is. That's perfect. Probably going to take about 2 to 3 minutes tops. Hell, 1.5 to 2 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes. Just keep your eye on them. Every time you do about 2 or 3 batches, we're going to go ahead and get a strain in there. Make sure we don't have too many burnt crumbs floating around. All right, now we start in with the beef. Same thing, 6, 8, 10 at a time. 325 degrees. Good coloration, but not burnt. You dig? Alrighty then. After we get that first batch of perfectly cooked steak fingers done, let's go ahead and give this grease a little strain. Okay, we want to get, again, just every 2 batches, take a fine chinois, get in there, scoop it out, get down to the bottom, keep it clean. You can make your grease last 10 times longer. Now then, chicken fingers, steak fingers are done. Let's start with the chicken fingers. There goes some of that reduced marinade into a sauce. Yeah, hello. Cooked down, very rich, very, very flavorful. And these crispy fingers are going to be nice and coated and retain their crunch as well. Trust me when I tell you, these things are awesome. I'm thinking maybe, yeah, just a tad bit more sauce. Just a tad. Now, what say we just sit back and watch how this comes together. In goes some sesame seeds to toss. We will also garnish them with toasted sesame seeds. Here goes our steak. Again, watch and listen. From here, where I'm going to skip the part where I stuff my fat face, we're going to garnish up my portions. It's time for food prep. We're going to deliver that to our minions. I mean, do I need to show you guys stuffing my face again?
No, you do not!
And again, thanks so much for watching. If you liked it, or even if you didn't like it, please click the like button. Click that subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a hashtag, share it with your friends or the entire universe. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're almost halfway there. You can be a big part of us, our charity, doing so much good work for 3 very worthy and very deserving charities. And we thank you.